Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. I hope you're all well, hope you're all safe. And in this video I want to talk about my top 10 favorite sandalwood fragrances. Of course, these for me are some of the best sandalwood fragrances out there, although I have yet to try all sandalwood fragrances. I would love to have a couple of sandalwood fragrances in my collection that I have yet to add. But for now, these 10 fragrances are fantastic, and if you're searching for a nice sandalwood fragrance, I think any of these 10 fragrances that I will mention are fantastic in that regard. I think these are fantastic recommendations. And sandalwood, for me, it's a very zen, just like incense. It's a very zen, very calming, soothing, and yet very sensual, very mysterious note. I absolutely love sandalwood fragrances, and sandalwood comes from two major areas. Either it comes from the most well-known area, which is Mysore, which is a city in India, which right now it's very hard to get real natural Mysore sandalwood due to harvesting. So it's very hard to combine real natural sandalwood from the Mysore area. And the most well-known as of now, it's from Australia, the Australian sandalwood. It's very well known and more common in fragrances. Not that it's real Australian sandalwood, but the molecules that are used in sandalwood fragrances tend to reinterpret the sandalwood from Australia. So as you can see, the majority of the fragrances that allegedly contain sandalwood, it's not pure sandalwood oil, but more molecules that represent, recreate, reinterpret sandalwood. And even these 10 fragrances that I'll mention, I highly doubt that any of these have real sandalwood, but the end result is very realistic in some of them, and in the others are really good, are quite nice and very well blended with other notes. So I have here 10, like I already told you, and it will be from a specific order. So it's from 10 to 1. And so let's do it. First, in the number 10 spot from the house of Dunhill, I have here Dunhill Century. This one right here. A very interesting looking bottle, but I actually do enjoy this bottle presentation. It's a very heavy, thick glass, and the cap is actually magnetic. So I really do enjoy the bottle presentation, and this is often compared with Le Labo Santal 33. Now, I'm not a big fan of Santal 33. I think it's overpriced, just like almost all offerings from Le Labo, but that's just my opinion. And this one, yes, I can see the similarities with Santal 33. This one is very soapy, clean. It really smells like fresh, clean laundry. And the sandalwood actually is quite present in the base. In the dry down, you can really detect the sandalwood, but it's a very soft, creamy sandalwood. But mostly this is a fresh, clean, soapy scent. I really do like this. I think it's perfect for warm weather. This is an eau de parfum concentration, and it's very likable. I mean, it's that type of no-brainer type of scent, and if you're searching for a nice, clean, fresh fragrance, that it's actually very versatile. Of course, you can wear this in all type of scenarios, in all type of occasions. I think this is perfect for that. So in number 10 spot, just because the sandalwood, it's not very prominent, it's more about the clean soapiness feel rather than just sandalwood. And of course, as soon as we go up into the list, the sandalwood tends to be more and more prominent. So in number 10 spot, still great scent right here from the house of Dunhill is Century. Now coming in the number 9 spot, it's from the house of Nishane, and I love this house. And this fragrance has a lot of hype, and it's actually one of my favorites from Nishane, and I completely agree with the hype of this fragrance. It is Ani. Ani is more known for being a vanilla-based scent, which is actually very prominent, the vanilla in here. This is this fragrance. It's very zesty. You have a lot of lemon and ginger right from the opening, so it's very sparkly, bright, effervescent in the opening, and then you have a heavy dose of vanilla, and it's a very well done vanilla. It goes into a gourmand territory. Yes, it's sweet, but for me it's not overly sweet. I think it's a very well done vanilla scent, and in the base you have sandalwood. Again, number 9 spot, because sandalwood, it's not the most prominent note. It's more a background type of note, but nonetheless I think it's there. You can really detect in it right down the sandalwood, but definitely this is more about the lemon, ginger and the vanilla. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic scent, very long lasting, very sexy scent from the house of Nishane Ani. Now coming in the number 8 spot, it's from the house of Guerlain, from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection, and this is Santal Royal. Now this is very well known, very well cherished. Number 8, because here what's really prominent, although the name Santal Royal, meaning like royal sandalwood, I mean, what's really prominent here is rose and oud, and then sandalwood. It's also spicy, but definitely the most prominent notes here are roses, very dirty, jammy, sweet, earthy, I would even say sticky rose with oud, and then sandalwood. So that's why this is just in number 8 spot. But nonetheless, this is a fantastic scent, perfect for winter. The performance is nuclear. You will fill a room with this one, but this is for me very likable. This is very mysterious. This is very sensual. This is unisex through and through. I really do love this one. From the house of Guerlain, from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection, it's Santal Royal. And again, if you're searching for a nice sandalwood scent, you can find in here a nice sandalwood base, but this is more about rose and oud. And it's done really well, at least in my opinion. Of course, I really do like this one. It's a great fragrance from Guerlain, Santal Royal. And the next fragrance, in the number 7 spot, from the house of Zadig and Voltaire, and you all know how much I love this. It is This Is Him. This Is Him is a fantastic, spicy, incensey sandalwood scent. Here, the sandalwood is more prominent. But you also have a heavy dose of this black pepper in the opening, with also a nice dose of frankincense. And then you have this creamy, woody sandalwood, man. This fragrance, again, it's for me the best date night fragrance out there. Great performance, although this is an eau de toilette concentration. This for me, it's unisex, although leans a bit into the more masculine side of things. Mysterious, dark, sensual, and very hypnotic. The incense with this creamy sandalwood creates a fantastic, addictive, very sensual aura around this fragrance. I really love this one. From the house of Zadig and Voltaire, in the number 7 spot is This Is Him. Now coming in the number 6 spot, and this is a classic from the house of Chanel, and right now this is my favorite fragrance from the house of Chanel, and this is the reason why Bois des Îles it's not featured here, although I don't have Bois des Îles yet, but I don't find the need to have it right now because this serves the same purpose. It is Egoiste, and it's much more affordable, of course. Egoiste, it's a classic from the early 90s. This fragrance, oh man, this is so good, man. This is amazing. This for me is a fantastic winter signature scent. I already did a review of this one. This is a very spicy, floral, carnal sandalwood fragrance. The floral note here, which is very prominent, is actually carnation. And you have, again, a lot of spices. It's very spicy, very aromatic, also floral, carnal, with this very dusty, dry sandalwood. The sandalwood here, actually, it's quite prominent. And here you have the aromatic, spicy nuance with carnation and then sandalwood. A very elegant, very mature, but very sophisticated fragrance, very gentlemanly fragrance. I love this one, great performance. Although this is an eau de toilette concentration, this performs really well, at least on my skin, of course. Barely missing the top 5, but my top 5, it's actually really good, at least in my opinion. And but again, this could be a niche fragrance through and through. And actually, you already have a few fragrances inspired by this masterpiece from Chanel. Is Egoiste in the number 6 spot. It's a fantastic sandalwood fragrance, and again, it's quite affordable. And if you can't find a good deal in Bois des Îles, try this one. This is equally amazing. Egoiste from Chanel. And now let's talk about the top 5. In the number 5 spot, and actually this is very hard. This was very hard to do this in a specific order in my top 5, because either of these fragrances could be my number 1 easily, and this is considered by many the best sandalwood fragrance out there. It's from the house of Serge Lutens, and it is Santal Majuscule. Now you can see how much I already wore this. This for me, it's one of the most romantic fragrances out there. Santal Majuscule is all about cacao, rose and sandalwood. Oh man, this is so good. You can really detect the dustiness, the powdery cacao with rose, a very powerful red rose with sandalwood in the base. Oh, fantastic. And the sandalwood here, it's quite natural. It has a natural feel. Actually, all of this scent DNA comes very natural, like is expected from Serge Lutens after all. And this is a very unique scent. Very unique, romantic, seductive. Performance is, I mean, it's okay. This will not scream out of your skin, of course. This will not shout. You will not fill the room with this one, but actually the longevity, it's quite good. This is, on my skin, it's more of a skin scent than a real projecting fragrance, but nevertheless, I love the scent DNA in here. The longevity actually is really good. We are talking about 8 hours in terms of longevity overall, so I think it's quite good. It's average in terms of the longevity, but again, on my skin at least, the projection isn't amazing, but this scent is fantastic. I really love this one. Great sandalwood fragrance is Santal Majuscule from Serge Lutens. Now coming in at number 4 spot, it's a very well-known fragrance from the house of Diptyque, and the fragrance is Tam Dao, and this is the Eau de Parfum concentration. I really love this bottle presentation. This is a 75 ml bottle size, and this is actually, in the niche world, I think this is affordable. I mean, you can buy this retail, of course. It's 130 euros, but you can find great deals online, so you can find this for a very affordable price, and the quality is amazing. This is all about sandalwood. So here you just have this spicy, creamy sandalwood. Fantastic. Quite linear, yes, but good performance. I mean, again, it will not shout, it will not be loud, but I mean, it leaves a nice scent cloud around you. People will smell you, and this is a very relaxing, a very smooth, very zen type of scent. I really love this one. Tam Dao from Diptyque is a very realistic sandalwood. And again, if you're searching for just sandalwood, check this one out. It's very realistic. It is Tam Dao. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration from Diptyque. We're coming in the number 3 spot, and we are already in the top 3. Number 3 spot, it's from a very underrated house, Italian niche house, is Lorenzo Villoresi, and the fragrance is Sandalo. This fragrance is absolutely amazing. It is one of the finest sandalwoods that you can smell. Very gentlemanly fragrance. This has a very strong lavender, very herbal. I have a touch of bergamot here, but in the end, it's very aromatic, herbal, a bit citrusy, that turns into a very spicy, milky, creamy sandalwood. Man, this is fantastic, amazing scent, amazing sandalwood fragrance. The sandalwood here, it's the main accord, the main note. It's sandalwood, this creamy, spicy, milky sandalwood with, in the opening, this herbal, fresh, borderline effervescent scent. But this is very gentlemanly, it's very sophisticated, and it's quite masculine in my opinion. I think out of all of these fragrances, yes, this one and Egoiste, I think, are the most masculine leaning sandalwood fragrances, but it's fantastic. This is a Eau de Toilette concentration, and sadly the performance, it's the biggest downside of this fragrance for me. This doesn't last that long, and even the projection also, it's not incredible, but while it lasts, man, it's one of the finest sandalwood fragrances out there. Natural smelling scent, realistic sandalwood, very enveloping, very warm, cozy, but still very sophisticated and elegant. Man, I just wish that this performed better, because it's really that good. It's, again, Sandalo from Lorenzo Villoresi. Now, coming in the number 2 spot, this fragrance is definitely one of the best sandalwood fragrances ever created, and this was actually for a very long time my favorite sandalwood fragrance. It is in my number 2 spot and could easily be my number 1 actually, but I will tell you in a bit what my number 1 fragrance is, but this one is fantastic. It is from House of Tom Ford, from the Private Blend collection, and it is Santal Blush. Beautiful looking bottle. I really love this bottle presentation. Sadly, this is discontinued, or it's soon to be discontinued. Right now, Santal Blush comes into the regular Private Blend bottle coloration. Does not have this clear bottle anymore, but I think, at least from what I already heard, this will be discontinued. So if you love this one and if you want to try this one, grab it while you can. It's so sad that Tom Ford will discontinue this one. It's such a fine creation here. This is, well, so sensual. One of the most sensual fragrances from Tom Ford. And the sandalwood here is so realistic. It's even mind-blowing. It's creamy, it's woodsy, it's spicy, and it's all about sandalwood. Man, this fragrance is fantastic and great performance, actually, at least on my skin. Perfect for date-night scenarios, perfect for formal events, and just perfect for chill. I mean, this is warm, it's cozy, but still it's chic, still it's elegant. Man, Santal Blush is fantastic. Grab it while you can and go try it if you can. It's one of the best out there. It's Santal Blush from Tom Ford. And finally, my number 1 spot from House of Profumum Roma, and this is my latest acquisition, and what a discovery this was. Wow, this fragrance is one of the best out there. Well, after all, it's my number 1 in this list. It's simply called Santalum. Santalum from Profumum Roma is all about spices, sandalwood, and myrrh. Fantastic. Fantastic. This fragrance is all about sandalwood. In the opening, it's very spicy, so if you don't like spicy fragrances, this even goes into a cumin territory. So you really need to enjoy spicy fragrances to appreciate the opening. But as soon as the spices starts to fade away a bit, the sandalwood and the resinous, nutty nuance of the myrrh comes to take place into a very creamy but still resinous, slightly sweet. This doesn't have a lot of sweetness. The myrrh here creates a light sweet tone into the sandalwood, but the end result, it's a very seductive fragrance. Again, very seductive. I also spray it on my hand. Incredible fragrance. Again, very spicy in the opening, so you need to be careful there. but then the magic will happen. I love spices, so for me this is perfect the way it is, but the real magic starts when sandalwood and the myrrh comes to take place into a very warm, cozy, very zen, but still very sensual fragrance. This is a very gentlemanly scent, and in terms of sandalwood, it's one of the very best out there. The sandalwood here is very well represented here in Santalum from Profumum Roma, created in 2003. I mean, seriously, it's out there for such a long time and still so underrated. It's fantastic, perfect for now cold weather, for fall and winter, and great performance like almost all Profumum Roma fragrances, although this one again will not shout out of your skin, at least it doesn't on mine. You will not fill a room with this one, but the longevity, I mean, it will last you through the entire day and evening. This is very concentrated like all Profumum Roma fragrances are, so in terms of longevity you are good to go. This is highly concentrated, and it's quite versatile because of that. I would not like this to be loud. I think it's really perfect the way it is. It's magical the way it is. I really do love this one. Santalum from Profumum Roma. If you're searching for a fantastic sandalwood fragrance, check this one out if you can, of course. It's again Santalum from Profumum Roma. You'll know how much I love this house, and still, this is the reason why I love this house. I mean, they focused on a single note and they turned that note into a perfect fragrance. It's fantastic. I love this house because of that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite sandalwood fragrances? Do you love sandalwood fragrances? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.